Good morning. This video is on repair pattern and why you would use closest stitch versus last stitch. Repair pattern is an important function to learn. If you're a beginner, you will want to practice the repair pattern function before you get on a real quilt. So just in case your bobbin runs out or you break thread, you'll be confident to get back on track on your pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and start and stitch out the pattern I have, and then I'm going to stop it because I ran out of bobbin. I'm then going to click on Release Carriage, move the machine away, and fix my bobbin. And then when I'm ready to get started again, I'm going to click on Repair Pattern. In Repair Pattern, you will need to choose closest stitch or last stitch. Last stitch will move your machine to where you stopped. Closest stitch will move your machine to wherever your machine is sitting to the closest stitch in your pattern. In this particular pattern, I can tell where I have stopped stitching. So I would use closest stitch. You would want to move your machine to where it stopped stitching and click on closest stitch. And then you're ready to pull bobbin and sew. I have brought up a more dense pattern, and I'm going to hit sew. Then I'm going to stop it. Say I ran out of bobbin again. Then I would hit Release Carriage, move it away, fix my bobbin. Then when I'm ready, I'll go back into Repair Pattern. Because this pattern is dense, and I move my machine and hit closest stitch, I might actually be on a different line than I need to be. So this would be a great example of why you would want to hit last stitch. Even if your sewing machine, you ran out of bobbin and your sewing machine continued to move forward, I would hit last stitch and then trace back to get back on track. With the trace back and trace forward function, you will want to hit the stop button a little before you get to where it had stopped stitching. It takes a second to stop the machine. So the functions here, trace back and trace forward, trace -1 if you want to go one stitch back, trace minus plus if you want to go one stitch forward. And then you can nudge, then you have nudge buttons. Your nudge buttons will move your sewing machine head only. It will not change anything in the pattern. Then once you get back on track, pull bobbin, and you're ready to go. So let's review this. A simple pattern, you can use closest stitch to get you back on track. A more dense pattern, you might want to use last stitch and then trace back to where it stopped stitching. Is there a right or wrong between closest stitch or last stitch? Not really. Just whatever works best for you. Janet George has a great YouTube video on repair and pattern, uses the closest stitch. The name of the video is QCT4 Beginnings Version Repair Pattern. You might want to check out that video also. Stay tuned to part 2 of Repair Pattern. It will be how to recover from an unexpected shutdown. I hope you have found this video helpful. Have a great day.